Today on my 2001 to 2007 Sway Bar Bushing Replacement video, I had a user come on and nicely left me a comment that I had possibly done the orientation incorrectly on my Sway Bar bushing. And this one here is the Sway Bar bushing here that you'll see in that video. And this is part number K7406. And hopefully we don't get any glare and you can see the part number clearly there. And this here is the part number I used in the video, and this is the one that I use all the time. Now I know from the times that I've used this that the directions clearly call to have the split at the bottom of the Sway Bar bushing. The one that he had talked about that he had used, or was referring to, shall I say, was this particular Sway Bar bushing here. And this is part number K200601, also offered by Moog. And he said that the instructions that came with this one said that you would actually have the split facing towards the rear of the vehicle, and he thought that both of these came with the same instructions. I disagreed with that a bit, just because I know from what I've used in mine and how it's set it. And so I went online, tried to do some research and see if I could find the instruction sheets that came with these so I could just do a quick comparison. And I was unable to actually find that. So what I did is I went out, and today I actually went and bought both of these brand new in the box. I haven't opened these yet. And I want to open these. We're going to take out the installation instructions that come with them, and then we'll do a comparison and we'll find out if I'm right, if he's right, or if we're both right. I tend to think that we're both probably going to be right. Now, the reason I say that, this design here that he was talking about is it's a different design. It does have like your rubber or your urethane bushing, but it has a plastic insert. So I tend to think that may change possibly the installation orientation. This one here is the one I use, and then also I thought maybe for possible other comparisons and hopefully some installation and instructions included, I picked up this model here, and this is a DriveWorks model. This is the Advanced Auto Parts version, and it is a DW K7406B. So it has the same basic part number as the Moog, but they add the DW, which stands for DriveWorks. And that is this one here, and I'm trying to do it at an angle so that you don't get a glare on the stickers and that you can actually see the parts. And once again, here's the one that I referred to there in the video, K7406, and then this one here is the one that he referred to, which is the K200601. Now, to be honest, I have never installed this particular kit on any of the vehicles I've dealt with because, quite frankly, it's never been an option. Now, it was funny today when I started to do my research and I decided to go pick these up so I could actually test them side by side. I was only able to find one store actually here in my town that stocked this particular style Sway Bar bushing, but everybody stocked this one here. So I drove all the way over there just to pick this one up so we could open it up, get the instructions out, and actually do a comparison and see what the installation instructions call for. So I'm really excited to find out. Those of you who watch my videos know I'm very type A. Everything has to be done properly and correct. And so it's kind of driven me crazy today that I could have possibly done one of these wrong. And so I went to buy these and I thought, you know what? I'm going to shoot a video and we'll unbox these. And that way everybody will know what is going to be the proper orientation of your Sway Bar bushings, at least when it comes to these three different Sway Bar bushings. So let's not waste any more time. Let's unbox these and let's see what we find out. So we're going to start with this one here, which is the one that the user commented on. And we're going to go ahead. In theory, since this is the orientation, this here's the top of the box. Let me slide these forward just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and open this up. And here are our bushings. Now this has a nice little Ziploc case, and that's different than what I get on mine. And let's get these out of here so you can actually see what we're looking at. It's in there really tight. Not sure how they get these in there so good. And so there is the bushing itself. And then here is the insert or the sleeve. Now, I'm not sure, hopefully the light doesn't glare, but you can kind of see that this has like a lip, if you will, that sticks up along here so that it apparently that's going to stick through the split that is inside of the bushing here. And so that would go in there like so. And that is design of the bushing that he is talking about that we have here. Now let's take a look and see what the instructions say on this particular one. And I'm going to pull those out here. And let me read so I can tell you exactly what this one will say. And I'll also do a scanned copy of it, and maybe I can show a picture of it. But here we have our installation, and let's see if it says install new bushing over adapter, making sure that the closure tab is located in the bushing cut. Okay, so this is the closure tab. And install bracket and tighten according to manufacturers. Bushing cut position towards frame or firewall. So this one does say to actually position it with this split towards the firewall or towards the rear of the vehicle. So I'm going to set this one right here. And that tells us exactly what that one. Now this here is the one that I used in my video. This is the one that I always use in the vehicles that I've worked on. And so we're going to go ahead and open this up. And this here is that one. And let me go ahead and cut this open. And as you can see, hopefully we're not going to get too much of a glare, but this is the K7406 as we have here. So here is the bushing that you see here, and I'll just kind of set it side by side with this one. There are some differences with it. This one has like a little lip on here, as you can see, where this one doesn't. You can also see a little bit differences in diameter. Not huge, but some differences. And then we have some back over in here. I'm just trying to kind of show you side by side so you can take a look and see where we're at. Now, when we're both oriented with this square corner, they both have the split that's located right here, and this one here has it in the same position. So this one here is our installation instructions. Now this one says bushing split must be facing toward the bolt end of the mounting bracket, which, and I'll hold this up here so hopefully you can see it. And the bolt on the mounting bracket, if you refer back to my video, is towards the bottom of the bushing. So interestingly enough, I can't explain possibly why they had it, even though the designs look very similar. I can't explain, to be honest with you, why they have it. But so it's important for us to know. So if you get this style bushing that I listed in my video, the K7406, then you do want the split in the bushing to be facing the bottom. And the square tab that you'll see here, this here is like your firewall. So this here is the back of the vehicle. This here is the front of the vehicle. This here would be your passenger side. This here would be your driver's side. So this is how you would orient it on there, so that this part here, this flat part, if you will, would be on your firewall towards the rear of the vehicle with your split facing the bottom. And that is according to the instructions that are included with it. Now, with the instructions that are included with this particular one, it shows that we actually have, and if we follow exactly as it is here, it shows that we would actually, once again, we would have this towards the bottom, but for whatever reason, they want the split with this bushing to face the rear of the vehicle. So depending on which one of these you're going to do, make sure and read your instructions so that you get your bushing faced correctly. And I'm happy to say that both this user and myself at this point, were correct in how we installed our bushings. Now I'm curious, I've never even seen one of these, so I'm curious to see what the DriveWorks bushing looks like, and maybe if it has instructions and what they'll say. So we'll open this one up as well. I doubt, I'll be surprised. A lot of times the DriveWorks stuff does not come with any instructions, and as you can see here with this bag, it does not come with any instructions. So, you know, generally when they have something like this one from DriveWorks, when they come with no instructions, what they're assuming you're going to do, which is unfortunate, but they assume you're going to keep track of the orientation of the sway bar bushing that you're removing so that you know how to reinstall the new sway bar bushing. And so this one here has pretty much the exact same design as the Moog. The only difference is it's just got a lighter blue in color. Now, to be honest, I would suspect that it's not going to be nearly the same quality in terms of the urethane or the rubber for the bushing that you would get with the Moog. I believe these set of bushings here were $8, where the Moogs ran, I believe these were $17 or $18, and these here were $19. So they were a little bit more money to go with this one that has the sleeve as opposed to this one here that is sleeveless. Once again, according to their website, both of these parts are compatible with the 2001 to 2007 Grand Caravans and Town & Countries. Now, what I can tell you is, out of all the vans that I have ever done and had to replace the sway bar bushings, I have never encountered the bushing that has this sleeve on any of the vans that I've ever done a repair on. Now, maybe it's possible there's a variant there and this is for a different style. I wish I could tell you. It doesn't mention specifically, it just says it's compatible with the 2001 to 2007s, as this one does here. Every van that I've ever had to do sway bar bushings on has had this style of sway bar bushing, but naturally the factory one is black, by the way, not the blue like the Moogs, but it's had this style of sway bar bushing, and so this is the bushing that I've always put in that is recommended by the parts store and through their website in terms of parts fitment. So that's the good news. We were both correct. So depending on the bushing that you go with, that's going to make the way that you orient them different depending on the bushing that you go with. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. If it hasn't, or if it has, please leave me a comment down below and hit that like button for me. Hey, even if it hasn't, leave me a comment down below and I'll try and make a better video for you next time. Hey, I appreciate you all watching. Thanks.